The new Masters of the Universe misses the dark fantasy that the original 80s movie embraced. My name is Robin and welcome back to the Nightmare Attic. A couple of days ago I watched the teaser trailer for the new Masters of the Universe live action movie. I genuinely think it's cool that He-Man and the Power of Grayskull are being introduced to a new generation. But something felt missing. As you could probably guess by now, I grew up with the original 1987 live action movie released by the legendary Cannon Films. A movie that actually understood the appeal of dark fantasy. That sensibility was woven into everything, from the production design to the sets to the costumes and above all the atmosphere. This new trailer, on the other hand, plays it painfully safe, recycling a formula that we've seen to death and leaning heavily on the now familiar Marvel-style visual spectacle. Masters of the Universe traces its roots back to the early 80s. What started as a simple toy line heavily inspired by the visceral art of Frank Frazetta and the brutal world of Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian quickly became a cultural phenomenon. My own introduction to the magical world of Eternia came through my older brother. He handed down this legendary Castle Grayskull playset and a handful of figures. As a kid, I was immediately overwhelmed, not just by the toys, but by the dark, imaginative design of the characters. While many grew up on the cartoons, I actually skipped those at first. My gateway was the physical toys and eventually the 1987 live-action movie on a grainy VHS tape. This movie reimagined the source material of the Mattel toys, and despite its many problems, it pushed Masters of the Universe into a darker, more epic territory. A true testament to the 80s. Skeletor and his circle of villains, especially the grotesque new ones introduced for the movie, felt truly menacing. As a kid, they scared the hell out of me. What makes the original Masters of the Universe so enduring for me is its raw, dark fantasy edge. It leaned into the sword and sorcery hype of Conan and the sci-fi grandeur of Star Wars back in the 80s, all backed by an amazing soundtrack by Mr. Bill Conti. Honestly, I can't stand the modernization of beloved 80s franchises. They're often plagued by an overabundance of CGI and characters that feel flat, awkward and painfully obnoxious. Now, this new movie is another reimagination. It seems more inspired by the cartoon series and clearly aiming for a much broader audience. The 80s gave us strong, unapologetic role models. He-Man was one of the best. Maybe it's a nostalgia speaking, but I really think Dolph Lundgren embodied him like no other. There was something about his thick Swedish accent that resonated with me as a young Belgian kid. He sounded a bit like a Dutchman speaking English, so it made me identify with this hero even more.
Victory.
In an era of over-polished 80s remakes, I'll always choose the rugged and raw grit of the originals. Master of the Universe is no exception here. That's why I keep going back to physical media. It remembers what these films were trying to be. It doesn't update them for a modern audience, it updates them for modern hardware. Which is exactly why the original movie deserves a proper 4K release. For now, I'll just stick to my beloved Umbrella Collector's Edition Blu-ray and of course my equally beloved VHS editions. This is the Dutch one and this is the UK release. Thank you for watching. Will you be checking out the new Masters of the Universe, or does the original live action movie still hold the true power of Grayskull? Let me know in the comments below. Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm still growing with this channel. See you in the next one.